Hey everyone, happy day 10 of the Highest Self video challenge. I'm looking forward to talking to you today about bringing our highest self to our relationships and how to use the power of thank you in moments of disconnection and lack of integration. I guess is the best way for me to say that this morning. This topic is fresh on my mind and my heart as it's a current struggle that I'm kind of wrestling my way through. For quite some time, my husband and I have been struggling in our relationship, and I think I had this expectation that as I became more aligned and living daily with my highest self, that our problems would dissolve and not be an issue anymore. But what I'm discovering is that this transformation that is so huge that's happening within me is also changing the dynamics of our relationship, and that I haven't been aware of really, that as much as that feels like a foundational shift within myself, the people outside of me who I'm in relationship with my husband, my son, my family, they aren't in my head and my heart and my soul. And they still have the expectation and definition of who I was before all of this work that we've been doing together to discover who my highest self is and how to live in alignment with that. And so there's been it feels more frequent, these arguments, these disagreements, these moments of just not seeing eye to eye have been happening more and more frequently as I personally live more in alignment and make those shifts. And that it's a struggle. It's a struggle in those moments when we have a disagreement or different perspectives to remain in alignment with my highest self. That those moments are the moments that bring out the victim mentality, the unhealed child self within me who needs love and appreciation and all of those warm feelings inside. And just this morning, we've just kind of been in this space for the last day, like intensely, we got into a disagreement over toothpaste. And there's just this part of my brain that says, can't even brush our teeth without getting into a fight. And the victim in me wants to be angry and react and just say, you don't understand me, you don't love me, why can't we just get along, why can't we just use the natural toothpaste I bought? And the victim me really wants things to always go my way. If things go my way, the victim me is very comfortable and happy. And it is only when I'm challenged that things become uncomfortable and it brings up things more than the toothpaste. And so this morning we unfortunately began our day with another disagreement, and we were both in a space of anger, of hurt, of confusion, of just why can't we get along? Like, why is everything a disagreement these days? And so I took some space to myself to recenter and reground. I remembered our practice of thank you. Thank you for this relationship. Thank you for this disagreement. Thank you for this work that we have to do. Because without having work to do, would there be a reason to show up tomorrow? If everything was just hunky-dory all the time, would we get a little blasé about our relationship? Thank you for this opportunity to learn and grow. Thank you for this opportunity to practice being love. Thank you for this opportunity to express love and to grow further into my highest self. As I hold that vision of my highest self, of being loving and compassionate and steady and kind of the anchor that holds our family together, these opportunities that keep arising are opportunities to try again, begin again. And there were several shifts that happened after I made the intention of practicing thank you. The first was that I saw my husband not from a victim mentality, but from a loving perspective. I could see that he was hurting. I could see that he wasn't disagreeing with me because he wanted to attack me, as the victim mentality would have it, but he was just confused. He doesn't understand these transformations that I've been going through and on internally, and it's confusing and overwhelming for him. I could see that needs a little encouragement, to know that his home and this relationship is a safe place. So making that shift. And then from that place of love and encouragement for him, being able to turn that love and encouragement lens back onto myself and say that I'm not a bad person, I'm not wrong, or that I need to change who I am as my highest self or who I see myself becoming, but rather I just need to practice communicating and sharing so that it's not scary and confusing and overwhelming for others in relationship with me. But where I ended my meditation was with this question of how do I empower every person in this relationship? How do I empower myself to become and fulfill my highest potential? How do I empower my husband to feel safe in this dynamic in our relationship, and so that he can then have the space to discover and become his highest potential? And the same for my son. And just what a great gift, that shift of thank you, of becoming the empowered individual within the story rather than a victim who's being attacked by others in her life, and how much eager I am to see my husband again. And that shift of not avoiding him because I feel like or just get into another fight again, but eager to come back together and say, take a deep breath. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. That wasn't really how I wanted that to go. I did not want to get into a fight this morning over toothpaste. And laugh and love each other and give ourselves both the compassion and space to try again. And that it's an ever-evolving process. There is never going to be an end. And as each of us stumbles and fumbles our way through this discovery process, to know that our partners are there in support and encouragement and love no matter what. So that is where I would like to leave us today. I will be taking the weekend off again to deeply invest in family space, and I look forward to seeing everybody again on Monday. Bye.